What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. I'm in the building with Nonpfixion, my partner. What's good, man?
What's good, brother? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. Look, I got an interesting reaction video for us. So we checked out Grosjean's fireball crash not too long ago. We both got
Yeah,
a little
crazy.
emotional at the end, and we had a lot of comments telling us that we need to check out the interview after the incident to see what was going
Okay.
through his head throughout that whole time. So we're going to check that out. We did a lot of speculations. I'm excited to hear what actually went on.
Yeah, this would be interesting because I know it had to be just the overall thing had to be crazy.
Yeah.
So many
So
emotions.
let's go ahead and listen in.
Straight away, when movement stops, open my eyes, and the first thing I did, undo the seatbelt, try to remove the wheel. It was gone, so at least one less concern, and then try to jump out.
I was gone.
But the flames are already erupting all around you.
Initially, if I take through from that point, it's 28 seconds, but for me it looks more like 1 minute 30, and you will see through the explanation. So it stops, I open my eyes, I undo the seatbelt, steering wheel gone, and I leave. I want to jump out, and I hit something on top of my helmet. I feel I hit something, so I sit back down and say, oh, I must be upside down against the barrier, so I will wait that they come and help me. So I sit back down and I look on the right and I look on the left, and then I say, oh, it's all orange. That's strange. Few things. Is it sunset? No, it's not sunset. It's the light from the speakers. No.
That's crazy.
I mean, first off, the seatbelt was gone, and my boy's just laughing about it. I love how he can laugh about it now. He's like, oh, the seatbelt was already gone, so I didn't have to worry about it. He said, is it sunset? No, it's not sunset. It's nighttime.
You say, yeah, orange. That's weird.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Also, the tear-off starts to melt. So, oh, it's fire. Okay, no, I don't have time that they come. So this time I try to go up a bit more to the right. Doesn't work. Go back down. Try a bit more to the left. Doesn't work. So I sit back down, and then there's a bit of swearing going on. And I said, no, I can't finish like this. I can't finish like this. I thought about Niki Lauda. To me, it's funny. It's the driver that I love the most to history of Formula One. And I said, no, I can't finish like Niki. Can't finish like this. Cannot be my last race. It cannot be my last race. So I tried.
Could someone in the comments let us know who Niki Lauda is? I know a couple people commented some former racers that have passed while driving. Is that a similar situation? Let us know.
Again, I'm stuck, and then comes the part which is the less funny one. Funny is not the word, but the most scary one is I sit back down, all my muscle relaxes, almost not have a smile, but in peace with myself, thinking I'm dead, I will die. And then I thought, which part's gonna burn first? Is it the foot? Is it the hands? Is it gonna be painful? Very, very strange feeling.
I didn't even think about that aspect of it. Like I get the aspect of like being like, okay, is this it? You know, like is this gonna be it? This is where I'm done. You know,
the acceptance of it all.
But the portion past it of is it gonna hurt? Like what's gonna get burned first? What's gonna hurt more first before that's
the craziness of what goes through your head the moments before you think you're about to pass. That's no one can imagine that. You can't preemptively think about it. It's just you have to hear from someone else's experience to understand. Like, damn, that's what happens. That's what happens, which is crazy.
You know, I think sometimes we are close to death. We're a bit scared. This time, death for me was here, and I named it Benoit. Don't ask me why. I just had to put a name on it, and I call it Benoit. And then I don't know if that moment allowed me to recover a bit, get my brain, try to find another solution. I thought about my kid.
That's interesting. It's like he almost the thought of thinking that it's over and the acceptance allowed him to just be at peace and restful with it. That way he could actually think instead of panically going all over the place. It's a really weird feeling, man. It's a really weird feeling. Obviously, I haven't experienced something as far as this level, but those of y'all don't know, I've had brain surgery. It was a pretty scary event. There was definitely moments where I felt like I wanted to leave, you know, and moments where I thought I would. Thankfully, I'm here. I'm good, but it is definitely a weird feeling, you know, because you go through all those emotions. Mine was stretched out through a couple days leading up to the surgery where I was panicking, and it went from, you know, scared, helpless, pain to, you know, a lot of crying, emotions and stuff like that I kind of, you know, did to myself. Like I didn't want to show anybody else that. I wanted to keep it to myself. I didn't want anyone else feeling bad for me. And then the acceptance point, and that came from me right before the surgery, like the night of, where I actually had time, wrote goodbyes, did all that stuff, and then I was cool. I was cool with what was going to happen next. And it's really weird. You instantly just feel at peace with whatever's going to happen. And it is what it is. And for him, that moment of peace allowed him to reset his brain and actually look and figure out what's the problem, why am I stuck, how can I get out.
Yeah. So it's still crazy either way, you know.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Kids, and I said, no, I cannot die today. For my kids, I cannot die. I've got to see them. And then I had the idea to twist my head like this, go up and turn my body, and it works, but then my foot is stuck on the pedal. So I've got to go back down in the car, pull as hard as I can on my left leg.
Jeez.
I mean, the shoe stayed where my foot was, and my foot came out. And then I do it again, and I went through, and the shoulder went through, and at the time I knew the shoulder had passed the halo part. I was going to leave. You know, I know I've got two of my hands on the fire, on the halo. I can see my gloves. They're red normally. They start going full black, and I can feel the pain and the burn. But I'm going up. Then I jump on the barrier, and then I feel Ian that pulls on my overall, and that is an extraordinary feeling. When he pulls me, I'm like, there's someone with me. I'm alive. And
wow.
There was an angel with him. It definitely wasn't his time.
Yeah. I mean, as we were watching the video, the one thing that I think was phenomenal to all of us, you pointed it out, was that one of the guys that was trying to help pull him out and help get him out, he's trying to get close to the flame, and he can't even get in there because it was so hot, and he just was kind of maneuvering his way out. There was no panic. Like, the heat was heat. It is what it is. I know.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, because when I'll never forget the moment he stands up and he looks to his left, and when he looks to his left, the flames that were there just went away. Like they just dissipated.
They blew.
It was like, and I'm like, that's wild. But now to hear this, I understand why. It makes sense. Somebody took him away.
Yeah, makes complete sense.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm gonna, and then I feel like on my back that they touch me, so I'm like, oh, am I on fire? You know, I'm on fire from the back. And then Ian talks to me and says, sit down. You know, very as you would with anyone that could have had a concussion or so on. And I gave him, I say, talk to me normally. So I guess from that point he knew I was okay. And Jean Todt came in the medical center, and he asked me my wife's number straight away. So I gave him the number, and then he tried to call, and it's on a voicemail. He tried to come with a voicemail. I'm like, no. Eventually, Marion, it's Jean. I'm with Romain. And then he puts on speakerphone and say, Mosquito. I call my wife Mosquito. Mosquito, I'm here. Here. And she exploded in a laugh as well as cry, and she was with the kids and my dad, and it lasted 5 seconds there, but she knew I was alive.
Man,
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's just crazy, bro.
My favorite part is like at the end, like, you know, because we heard in the commentary in the documentary that Netflix wrote that he wanted to stand up and walk. They didn't want him walking, but he wanted to walk to show his family that he was okay. And like he got on the phone and called his wife's one of the first thing to do and said he was okay. And he said she laughed and cried. Like it's just you don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't know what emotion to have at that moment. So not surprising that she laughed and cried. Yeah, it's hysterical, you know. You just and not hysterical high, but hysterical like chaos and like,
unearthly,
going on right now. Because he shouldn't have made it. He shouldn't have made it out of there.
No, I mean, like you said, 30 seconds felt like a minute 30. A lot of people commented on our video saying that they felt like Netflix ruined the thing because they extended a 30-second moment into 10 minutes, whatever it was. But it's like that is what it felt like, I'm sure, for him and for everybody that was tuning in.
People
And
that were there watching too, the people in
yeah,
person, it probably felt a lot longer than 30 seconds. So
and I
mean,
believe I'm sorry, and I believe whenever
you're
it
good.
happened, they said they actually cut the screen, so you couldn't see anything. So those watching, they stopped the race, cut the screen, and they didn't hear for quite some time until they were positive he was safe. Like they didn't even do anything, I think, until after he was evaluated by medical staff. So it felt like an eternity. It felt like 15 minutes.
Because even I would assume for people watching at home, they probably did the zoom out from from highway, and they probably went to a shot that they've already shot at the beginning of the show, and they shot that on loop, and all you hear is the announcers probably speaking in a very monotone style without showing too much emotion, so it wouldn't alert the fan base to make them feel a certain way, just to kind of just tell them, maybe describing what happened or what's happening, to kind of keep everybody calm. And then the people there, the fact that you're there and you're seeing somebody that regardless if they're a competitor,
Yeah.
still your friend.
Oh, well, of
So
course.
to see that, it's like, that's, if
Oh.
30 seconds to a minute is probably even a generous number. Like it probably felt even longer than that to people just watching.
Yeah. I mean, because the thing is that we had just numerous amount of comments of people that have seen other races pass on the track, and they were like, "Oh, please don't be another one of these," or like, "When this happened, I instantly just screamed, hugged my dad, or hugged my son or my daughter." As why tell me how they were watching with their family and their experience. And when you see things like this, and you remember it, you put yourself back into it. A lot of people said it was truly disturbing whenever they first watch it. I want to give a huge shout out, not that I know if they'll see it or not, but huge shout out to the people that go into engineering and designing all the different things. They say if it wasn't for the halo, that more than likely he would not have made it. So great that that was created, even though he wasn't a fan of it at the beginning. He didn't want it on his race car, but it ended up saving his life, so that's awesome. And then also the designers of the suit, which allowed him to not get any burns on his body except for his hands, because the gloves had yet been upgraded, and they were able to get in, slip in through there. So just phenomenal work by all of them. And hey, Romain Grosjean, we're happy we're alive, brother. I think he's racing in Indy now, which is super cool. Man, keep riding, brother.
Yeah, most definitely. That's crazy. It's still just seeing that. And I know they blurred the scenes out because it's not their video, which is understandable. But just to hear him talking, and then to think of the imagery, is like it's crazy. It makes you get thrown right back into that emotion.
Instantly. Yep. Well, all right, guys. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know what we should check out next. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And cheers.
Peace out, y'all.